Okay, I'm back, and I think I worked out how to unlock this unfeasibly impractical door.
I wonder if this will open if stepped on. I'll stay here.
You have to lead your body double onto the pressure plate, and that will unlock the door and allow you to go through. She'll be fine and not get high and wander off again, I'm sure. Well, now what is this? Everything useful is redacted. That is maddening. Well, how about that? All the times that I have played this game, I've never known where that ghost is. All the times I've played this game, I have never, ever been able to capture that ghost. I'm kinda glad that I did, and again, that I got it on video. Alright, back out we go.
You won't leave me alone again, right?
But, dude, you were the one who told me to leave you. Also, you continually wander off. I just want to handcuff these guys together. Or tie them. With exquisite silk scarves. I mean, not for plot reasons, I just want to. You know? Don't you judge me. Actually, with that said, I was at DragonCon for 2010, I want to say, and there was this one girl going around just hanging out in bondage, and I mentioned to one of the girls that I was with that it was actually a pretty well done shibari tie. And the girl that I spoke to thought I was some manner of enormous sexual deviant on account of I knew what bondage was, and was I able to identify some part of it at some point in time. Of course there's a hidden item towards the camera. Of course there is. There's only one way to go at this point, so let's go. And you know what's interesting? Or that I'm going to talk about while I wander around in order to fill up some video time? Ah, stupid camera angles. So yeah, something interesting is that, well, I'm recording this game for my friend Ash, and I'm going to be staying with Ash in a couple of weeks, probably giving her a preview copy of this Let's Play. Trouble is, it's not going to get uploaded until a month or so after the trip, when I'm back home, and while I would like to reminisce at this point in the Let's Play, regale you guys with stories of what happened at the convention and all the various exploits we got up to, I fear I cannot because they didn't actually happen yet. So I choose to reminisce now and actually perform the actions to fit my memories at a later date. Thus, hey Ash, you remember that one time we did that thing, like, with the popping candy and the whipped cream? And then there was that one guy dressed as an anatomically correct sea slug, and he decided to get in on the whole affair? Yeah, those were some hot times, let me tell you. Who knew such hilarious fun could be had by me agreeing to dress up as Marilyn Monroe?
I wonder if this will open if stepped on.
So, yeah, with that out the way, we need to go down this thing.
I'll stay here.
This particular door has two locks. She's going to stay on one, we're going to knock my headset off my head. She's going to stay on one, we're going to go down the path, open up the other one. And hey, we can actually run at this point because she's not following us. Thank heavens for small miracles.
Please come here. Hurry.
You'll notice that's kind of a leitmotif in this game. Mayu being creepy as anything. Speaking of which, seems that guy's going to be a perfect match for Mayu, since neither of them seem to make any sense, and they absolutely will not shut up. Oh hey, how about that? The Shadow Key. Remember when we were looking for that like a million years ago? But before we go back, we actually have to go through these double doors. The single doors lock behind us, and this means we can't go into this room and get that glowy box. Once again, everything interesting is redacted. Still, we'll find out what those items are, the mysterious asterisks in the notes are. We'll find out what they are soon enough. Anyways, yeah, now we need to backtrack. And again, we need to do this really, really slowly on account of the cells we have ourselves and Ashley. Now, don't get me wrong, I like what they were going for with Mayu. She is a means of slowing you down and making you more vulnerable. Because no matter how buffed up and strong you make yourself, a team is only as strong as its weakest link, as the saying goes. But, I mean, come on, game. This is annoying. So yeah, we're on our way to get the second key to open up that door that we found. Gonna be a bit of a trek, but what can you do? Oh hey, speaking of reminiscing about things, I went to a party about a week ago, and as I come through this door, there's this one girl starts happily shouting and waving to me. I sort of politely smile and wave back, and in the back of my mind, I am racking my brain trying to work out who she is, where I've seen her before, where I know her from, whatever. Turns out I'd never actually met her before. She was just a fan of mine who's been shown some of my videos and was really happy to see the guy that made the Mountain Dew cakes. That was a really, really surreal experience, let me tell you. This is going to be that spirit orb in the red crystal, isn't it? Yes and yes. Sadly, after this point the spirit stones are pretty much entirely useless. I can't get any more into the camera since, well, every basic function and every secondary function is fully, well, not fully powered up, but each one has its 3 stones ready to be fully powered up, at the very least. Now I have a sneaking suspicion that I have gone entirely the wrong way. I know what room I need to go to, but now that I've made it this far, I kind of get the feeling that this door is going to be locked. Well, maybe not, but this is hardly any better. Come on, dude, this is like fighting in the fish tank room from the first game. This is the smallest room. Alright, give me a second. I like how this guy patiently waits while I screw around with my camera Metal Gear style. Okay, I think I can explain this now if I haven't done so already. Do you see on the bottom left-hand side of the screen, we have 2 glowing orbs and sort of a meter? That is whatever power-up I have equipped. In this case, 0. Part of the spirit energy from an attacked ghost goes into the meter, and as soon as the meter fills up, I get a blue orb. When I get enough blue orbs, I can use whatever function I have equipped. 0 is problematic because it uses 3, whereas most of the other functions require just 1 or 2, and she really needs to get out of my way. Something that I intended to point out with the first Fatal Frame title, but sadly did not. Generally speaking, there is a whine or a humming noise or something like that in most of the Ghosts' backing music, theme tunes, whatever you want to call it. And these are really handy if you're listening in stereo. Sadly, I'm not, because I'm wearing a headset which isn't actually streaming any sound from the TV. I mean, I can hear the TV, but, well, it's not really very handy for distinguishing a specific left-right balance. Well, at least he left us a spirit orb for our troubles. Anyways, this particular puzzle is something like one that we've seen in Silent Hill 3.
Everyone's dead. It's our fault.
Also, be sure to pay attention to these notes. It's actually giving you quite a bit of information, especially this one, where it mentions what specifically a Kusabi actually is. Now, I think I've got everything. Let's find out. I apparently have not. There we go. Right, so as I mentioned, this is kind of like a puzzle that we saw in Silent Hill 3, or you will have seen if you've played Silent Hill 3. I certainly haven't LP'd it or anything like that. We have to put the books onto the bookshelf in a specific order in order to, well, solve the puzzle. In this case, Crimson Wing, Taboo, Twin, Disaster, Ritual. And this gets us the light key. Now we have to go all the way back to the cell that we found. And speaking personally, I choose to do that off camera. See you next time, folks.